Well, once again, welcome everybody into another edition of the 19th Hole podcast for golfers. I'm your host, Dennis Silvers, and we've got a very interesting show for you today. You know, there's a lot of buzz, a lot of excitement, a lot of activity going on with golf entertainment centers. And if you're not sure what I mean by that, just think of somebody like Topgolf, who has just exploded on the scene years back. And with their growth pattern, they've just been doing kind of incredible things. And of course, they were just recently bought by Callaway Golf, who was, when they first opened, a strategic partner with them. But anyway, this industry is really growing by leaps and bounds. And we've got a gentleman on today who is very much a part of that. In fact, he used to work for Topgolf, and he's with another company now who have a couple of locations, building another one, and I'm sure their growth plan is very, very similar as far as looking for locations. Now, you know, golf entertainment centers offer different things to different people. And the cool part about it is you could be anywhere from an elite player to a beginner. It's a great to have some fun, and it's a great date night thing with you and your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever, just to go there, to eat, to have a couple of drinks, to hit some golf balls, and it really, really makes for a fun atmosphere. So we've got a gentleman on today that is going to tell us all about it, all about his company and their growth plans, what they are currently offering, and I think you're going to be surprised by some of the facts and figures that we're going to talk about with Mr. Scott McCurry. So let's bring Scott up right now and welcome him onto the show. Let me tell you a little bit about Scott. Over 25 years experience in the hospitality and entertainment industry. Scott is currently the Vice President of Operations for KGEM Inc. Golf, which is Golf Suites. Spent 2 years with K1 Speed as a National Director of Operations, and 5 years with Topgolf as their National Director of Operations. So, Scott, welcome to the show. Thanks for taking the time out. And let me start off by asking you, how the hell did you transform from go-karts into the golf industry? Because that's what K1 is all about, indoor golf carts, which is a blast anyway. So why the transition?
You know, that's a great question. I started, believe it or not, with Brinker International 20, 30 years ago through Romano's Macaroni Grill. Then I got lucky with Topgolf, like you mentioned. Had a great time helping those guys grow that great brand. And then I got on with K1 Speed, which, you know, is based in California, and they're an awesome company. Total fun with golf carts. You know, the team I had was able to pull in some food and beverage, some more entertainment side of it. And then a buddy of mine from the golf past calls me and made me an offer I couldn't refuse. I wanted to get back into it, and now I'm back with Golf Suites and having a blast.
Yeah, no, that's great. Well, it's kind of basically the same philosophy as far as growing the business and PR and you know, that type of thing. But go-karts are just, we have one operation here that is just fantastic for events, for birthday parties, and all of that stuff. They do really well. Let me ask you, Scott, what do you think is the main allure or attraction to golf entertainment centers?
It's for everybody, meaning that if I'm the golfer, my wife's not, my kids are athletic and like having fun, it's a great place to go to enjoy. You know, I can have a couple round of balls and have some fun with my son, be competitive with him, and then at the same time, my wife and daughter can enjoy a great meal, relax, and enjoy the music around there, and do some other things that some of these venues have to offer. You know, they can go play pool, they can go play X-Men, all that fun stuff. So it's for everybody.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah, it is.
It's outside.
Yeah. Like I say, it makes for a great date night, which I think is a large part of your business, which brings me to another question a little bit early on. But who in the heck are you trying to attract to your centers? I mean, seriously, are beginners, people that might show a modicum of interest in learning the game, elite players, or who? Who is your demographic? Who is your audience?
Well, our audience is everybody. I mean, it really is. You described it earlier in the opening. I'll describe a normal day for you. In the mornings when we first open up, you'll have folks that come in that are true golfers. They'll use your instructors. They'll hit a couple balls. They'll have a cup of coffee, really enjoy, get warmed up for the day, and go do what they do later. And then during the midday, we get a bunch of folks in that are, doing sales business. They want to come out and kind of entertain their clients and have a good time. And then later in the day, you get the moms that come in and they can sit and have a couple of mimosas or whatever, or a glass of wine while their kids have fun playing the game. And they literally pick up the phone and call the husband on the way in to have a meal, and the whole family can have a great time. And then the sun kind of goes down and the younger crowd comes in, and it's a date night, and it happens. And that's every day, and we are looking for that crowd that also wants to improve their game at the same time.
Right.
We offer golf equipment, academies and so forth that do well too. So
now that's one thing.
we're lucky.
That's one thing that I like, Scott, that I was reading about from the information you sent me as far as the golf lessons, the golf academies, which is something Topgolf does not have. How did that come about, and what are you presenting with the golf academies to people that want to learn more about the game, improve their skills, and so on and so forth? Tell us about that a little bit.
Sure. So each one of our facilities has a golf instructor or has several golf instructors. In Tulsa, we have one, Mr. Aaron Vines, great guy. And then we have several in our Lubbock location. One of them actually is on the PGA, JJ Cullen and his team. And then we'll do that in Baton Rouge when we open up the third one. But, it's getting those guys in at a younger age. We're very successful with getting high schoolers in or junior high people in,
right,
and helping for their game, and then they fall in love with the game. At the same time, it's a really great family way to draw that in. Like I said, playing with your son and so forth, or daughter,
right.
And then they get the bug and they keep going. And that's one of our commitments at Golf Suites, is simply not just entertain you, but if you do love the game, we're there to help you grow with it and improve it, and that's what we do.
As you know, having worked for the outfit out here, I don't want to call them your competitor for Topgolf, but they are in a sense. They very much, and as you know, Las Vegas was their first flagship store, and absolutely awesome. Right now, they seem to have an emphasis, or have had for a while, on getting corporate events there. How does Golf Suites feel about that? What do you do to attract corporate people there?
We do the same thing. That's a big part of the business in terms of building the revenue side of it, and also getting new clients. What a better way to have a great event with a big major corporation and do some charity events. Or donate, or some fundraising. That usually how we get them in, and they did. It's a way of marketing, and it's a way to team build. You can't have a better event where you can have a great meeting, use one of our event spaces, have some great food, buffet style, or whatever you'd like, and then turn around and then have a great competitive side of it and learn the game of golf while you're doing it. So,
right.
It's a phenomenal place to have an event. You can't go wrong there.
Yeah, it is fun, especially in the evening. It's absolutely a blast. Let me ask you this before we take our first break. How does Golf Suites decide, what do they look for? What is the minimum criteria that would make Golf Suites interested in a certain location? What do you look for?
The right community for one, and then of course you have to have 12 to 14 acres of land, and then we go from there. But that's what we look for. there's got to be a demographic for golf, and then a high demographic for just high population, and then we go from there.
Okay, so you kind of scope it out in the sense and see how many golf courses might be in that area, which translates to golfers, other golf activities that might be going around, and you decide, okay, this might be a good location.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and then one of the things that we're different to Top Golf, we are a community entertainment space. We rely on becoming that community involvement, that relationship with everybody. So most of our locations, as you know, Dennis, are in a smaller demographic
Right.
Area than a golf than a Top Golf.
Right.
And and that's where it becomes, like you said, you look for how many golf courses are there, how many high schools, how many golfers do they have involved with that? Are there colleges involved? LSU is going to be a great thing to have down the street from us in Baton Rouge. Texas Tech, is right down the street from us in Lubbock, and then you've got Tulsa University. So those are that kind of help. If that helps you, that's what we go for.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. That's well said. All right, Scott, we're going to step away. We're going to take a short break here on the 19th Hole Podcast for Golfers, and when we come back, we'll have a lot more with our special guest, Mr. Scott McMurray from Golf Suite. Stay with us. We're back.
As golfers, we want instant gratification when it comes to a better golf swing and playing better golf. Impossible, you say? Not anymore. Golf Boost Artificial Intelligence, AI, has developed and patented the most advanced swing analysis technology in golf. Simply, the algorithms detect your body position and then analyze your golf swing using their artificial intelligence technology. The AI captures all the relevant data from your swing video and then presents you a personalized lesson. Golf Boost AI is the ultimate swing analysis and virtual instruction system for golfers of all ages and abilities. This sophisticated software takes into consideration your height and build, playing level, and returns the ideal solution for your swing. Bottom line, Golf Boost AI is an incredibly convenient and cost-effective tool for golfers to improve their swing. Go to golfboost.com and check it out. The app is free to download and try. Visit golfboost.com today.
When it comes to golf, I'm a man of few words, as you'll see. Looking for out-of-this-world technology in your golf ball? Encore Golf. Looking for exceptional performance and durability? Encore Golf. Looking for the best performing ball for the price? Encore Golf. Check them out at Encore Golf. That's ONCORE golf.com. Your scores will thank you. All right, welcome back in, everybody, to a continuation of the 19th Hole Podcast for Golfers. Having a great conversation with Mr. Scott McCurry, who's the VP of Operations for Golf Suites, and you're going to be hearing a lot about these people in the very near future. Scott, let me ask you this and get to the heart of things. You've got a hell of a lot of competition in this space. Drive Shack, Flying T, Big Shots, and even Encore is building some locations and looking for spots to build their locations. How does Golf Suites separate yourself from all your competition? It's getting to be a crowded space.
Yeah, it is, but it's not. The way we separate ourselves, again, is a lot of, we do the golf improvement side. Most of those guys you talk about do not. So that's a big drive for us. We are not going into a situation or demographic where we're going to build 102 bays like Top Golf. We're not doing it. Our Baton Rouge location is going to have 40 bays with a golf academy and part of that, and then some food and beverage, some nice patio atmosphere and so forth. And, I go back to it's all about how you make people feel in the community and becoming part of that.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to do. And we'll still have events. We still do that. We have memberships. We do that. We have golf instruction. We do a lot of the same things everybody else does. But I think we're going to separate ourselves a little bit more just by the game improvement side. I'm very happy. We're all very happy at Golf Suites to be partnering up with TrackMan. They're doing a really cool thing for us in Baton Rouge, which we're very excited about. And we'll use them from now on. And then we're also partnering up with Cleveland Golf. That's helping us with our short game. And then Trexon balls that are helping us with our balls as well. And then, of course, some other things. So we've kind of separated ourselves from that in terms of just purely entertainment, like you talk about.
Right.
A Drive Shack or a Top Golf. We're that and more. And then, of course, we're part of the community as well. I keep going back to that because that's very vital for us. Because we need to, we only survive with repeats, and to have those repeats, we have to make sure that we do what we do and keep our promises to our guests.
Yeah,
and that's delivering.
Yeah, you have to keep growing your base, and that's extremely important. And it sounds like you're doing everything possible except maybe having church services on Sunday morning.
Yeah, we'll do that if you want to. We do have. It's funny you said that because we have several main groups that actually use our Lubbock location to have their Bible study. So
really, that's very interesting.
Absolutely.
That's very, well, I get very religious on the golf course, and I'm going, please, God, help me get this ball over the water, or, that type of thing. Well, let me ask you, Eric Anderson, a good friend of yours, when I had him on my show the first time, he gave me this growth plan, and I said, Eric, you've got to be kidding. You're going to open 10 of these a year? Are you serious? And he goes, yeah. What's the growth plan for Golf Suites?
Same.
Wow! Wow!
For 10 a year, and we're on track to do so. So it's a small group of people, believe it or not, that are doing all this, like you said. But at the same time, there's plenty of room out there for everybody if you do it right.
Yeah, that's the whole secret. You're right. If you do it right. By 2030, you estimated that there's going to be close to 600 of these puppies being built. First, Scott, given the state of the economy today, do you still believe that? And secondly, what data do you have to prove that?
Well, it can happen. COVID did hit. It did do a wonder on a lot of people. But at the end of the day, and I give credit to Topgolf all day. They are the light at the end of the tunnel because it opened up so many different investors to get into the game of golf. Callaway took over Topgolf, which I think is a great thing for them. Which being in the golf business like you are, now you're going to have other golf companies going, hey, I want a piece of that pie too.
Right.
Because Callaway's going to go global. And, I wouldn't be shocked if several of the other ones, big names, come into play and start doing either sponsorships at first with companies like us or just outright going and get investors. There's several investors that are coming from China. There's several investors in the golf world, just the players alone. So it can definitely still happen. It's just if people want to take the time to do the hard work to make it happen.
Yeah.
But, and the data comes from, like you said, the data comes from all over. It comes from just being connected to everybody in this industry. You'll hear things and then you'll find out and prove it. And then you get realtors and you get capitalists and investment companies, and they'll give you all the stats that you have right there. And, it's all out there. Yeah. But like you said, it's like our goal. We got to be the best out there, but and offer something different than everybody else. But I see this being a big thing.
Do you have, or maybe are looking for, a strategic partner as Topgolf did in the beginning?
If it's right, let's just put it that way. That's a yes or no answer. If the right person or the right company came in, absolutely. Right now, we like to keep it amongst ourselves. We do a capital raise, which you can go to golfsuites.com and then go to our investment page. It'll walk you through all that. Yeah, we keep that door open, but that's not something that we're hunting. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, no, I want to get into that because as long as you brought it up, you're doing a lot of Facebook stuff, telling people about your company and asking them to invest in this and that and the other. Tell us a little bit about that. How do people do that? Why they should do that, and what do you expect down the line? Because you guys are looking to raise a hell of a lot of money. Let's face it.
Yeah, we are. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That's what it's all about at the end of the day, right? Money? No, I'm kidding. It's having fun. Well, how we do it is very simple. Again, to your guests out there, go on golfsuites.com, go to the investment page. It'll walk you through our Reg A shares that we have to offer, and it'll give you a minimum what you know that you can apply for, and then of course there's a maximum. But at the end of the day, you'll get shares, and we're growing. And let's put it this way: I've been with Golf Suites for a little year and a half, and we've already got our 3 and growing even faster now with the 10 to be a goal. So, the investment will pay off. If you want to get on with a company that's going to be growing and pay off and have some fun with it and put your backing on it, we're the team to do it.
Yeah. Are you maybe looking to come to Southern Nevada?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We have my boss, Nick, has
Nick Flanagan.
Nick Flanagan has
used to be on tour.
We have a U.S. map, let's put it that way, and you're definitely on it.
Oh, all right. So it's just not throwing darts, right?
No.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. No. Good for you.
Yeah, it's fun.
Good for you. That's fantastic. Before we take our next break,
Sure.
what kind of feedback, and I pretty much know what you're going to say, but in reality, what kind of feedback are you getting from customers that visit your locations, in the sense of they're going, hey, Scott, we'd like to see this, or why don't you have that, or maybe your prices aren't as competitive as they need to be, that type of thing. What can you tell me about that?
The best feedback we're getting is they want more games.
They want more games, okay.
More games in terms of, if the family's out there, they want something that the kids will, like fighting zombies. And that's why we're really excited about TrackMan. They've done a couple things that are going to help increase that, help us with our feedback on top of the game improvement. But that's usually the number one. The second one usually is, do you have more kid camps? Or there are more things for families. How can you get them more involved with memberships and just include them more?
Okay.
But other than that, everybody loves loves it. The best feedback you get is, we had 3 boys that were in our camps last year, summer camps in Tulsa, and now are full-time players with our instructor Aaron in Tulsa, and that just keeps growing and growing. And that's what we want to see. We want to see these guys grow and become some in high school and then go to college, and then maybe see them on that PGA, and they can sit back and go, hey, I started golf with.
That would be great. Before we step away again, I know that, and I'm assuming that maybe all of the Topgolf locations and some of the other competition you have fitting centers. Do you guys have that as well?
Yes.
Okay.
So, but that's part of our academy. We do have a retail section, and that's growing, like I said, with Cleveland Golf and some other other brands out there. But each one of our facilities will be able to fit you into clubs. Absolutely.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, Scott, stand by. We're going to step away and take another break. We're going to kick it off with our game improvement tip of the week by Adam Bazalgette in South Florida. Wonderful teacher, a few commercials, and we'll be back to wrap up the show.
Welcome, sunny Naples, Florida here. Adam Bazalgette, founder of ScratchGolfAcademy.com, 2-time PGA Teacher of the Year award winner. Let's talk about golf putting alignment. How do you line your putter up? There's several alignments, but I want to focus on one specifically. Let's check it out. Okay, so aligning your putter or lining for putting. There's a lot to alignment. We've got a lot of different videos that could show you some things. There's forearm alignment, very, very important. And of course, the precision of club face alignment. Again, we've got more video content on that. But I want this morning to give you just a general sense of alignment and something I think could really help you. If you like this video, please hit the subscribe button. There's going to be a lot more free content. We'd be happy to get it to you. Here's a putt. We're going to assume this is a straight putt, and you can see I've highlighted it with a stick. Now here's the key I want to get across to you. Again, there are other things, but this is possibly the most important. Always make it your practice to line the putter up first, and then simply stand in front of the putter. Don't make it a habit to line yourself up. And this would apply for full shots as well, by the way. And I'm going to recommend, let me back up for a second. If this putter were magically stuck to the ground where it would sit there, in fact, they once made a putter like that. It had such a big head it would stand up and you could line it up, then come around. But notwithstanding that, and all you had to do, assuming it was lined up well, was stand in front of it, you'd find that pretty much easy. So that's the system. Now here's one other little key. I'm a right-handed golfer, obviously. You will see better to line your putter up if you step in with your trailing or right foot. That gives you more of a sense of where the hole is. Once you bring this lead foot up and your lead shoulder comes up, it's much more difficult to look under and line the putter up properly. So remember, step in more with the back foot, get the putter lined up, and then simply make your alignment that most directly faces the putter. This is the simplest way to do it, and it's far the most effective and consistent.
Dr. Christopher Choi has long been recognized as one of the top concierge doctors in Las Vegas. Dr. Choi and the entire staff at Comprehensive Wellness Center have earned the reputation of unsurpassed medical care and service to all of their patients. In a continuing effort to always advance his practice, Dr. Choi is now offering an additional service to his current patients, as well as new patients. It's the latest, most advanced laser therapy treatment available. It's true, being in great physical health is very important, but so is the mental boost you get when you know you look your best. Whether you want to lose those wrinkles, diminish those acne scars, decrease pigmentation, skin tightening, or permanent fat reduction, this procedure is the answer. You'll have peace of mind knowing there is no actual surgery and no downtime. You just get results with these amazing laser treatments. You might wonder if it hurts? The answer is no. All you feel is a slight tingly feeling during the procedure. You'll love the results. Call Comprehensive Wellness Center at 702-463-8080.
Hey golfers, I've been a golf talk show host for a long time, and I've been playing golf even longer. Being in golf media, I've had the chance to play every ball ever made. I've tried them all. Well, my search is finally over because I found the best ball I have ever played with, and more golfers are finding the same thing. I started playing with the Elixir golf ball made by Encore Golf. Encore Golf has revolutionized both their golf balls, the Elixir or the Avant 55, or the brand new Vero X1, to where the performance of either will simply blow you away. It did me. If you're looking for better performance and durability with your ball, Encore Golf has it. Don't just take my word for it. Check them out at EncoreGolf.com and you'll become convinced, as I am, the first time you tee it up with Encore. It's the best performing ball for the price. Go to EncoreGolf.com and see for yourself. Your scores will love you for it. That's ONCORE Golf.com. All right, welcome back in, everybody. We're wrapping up the show with Mr. Scott McCurry from Golf Suites, really getting a good education about what golf entertainment centers are about and the potential growth that they have, what they have to offer, and so on and so forth. It's been very, very enlightening. Scott, let me ask you this. I know, obviously, you've been to Las Vegas a bunch of times. Have you played golf here, though, outside of the Topgolf facility?
No.
What?
No, like I said, Since I started in the golf industry, my golf has stopped. I mean, and that's the sad part. Now I can go swing on a couple bays or suites and have a good time, but actually getting out on a golf course has been a challenge,
Yeah.
a big one.
Yeah, I can
I
understand
would
that.
love to, but no.
Well, I told you, you're invited out.
First
You're
step,
invited out here anytime to go tee it up. I would love to have that experience with you. One of the differences I noticed is that in the physical makeup of your locations or your philosophy is I know that Topgolf is what 200 yards as far as the length of the hitting area, and you are 225 if I'm not mistaken. How did that decision come about?
So Topgolf is actually further than that.
It
They
is,
range
okay.
about 200 on. Ours is, for example, what you're going to see in Baton Rouge is 275 yards.
Oh wow,
And
okay.
it's also grass. And it's also grass. So that's another thing that's going to divide us between everybody else is you're actually going to play. You're going to hit on grass, and you're going to hit into a field that's actually a driving range. Not necessarily the case like Topgolf does. Topgolf will make it fit wherever they can. Don't get me wrong; they do a great job of it, and the game takes over for you. But they usually average a little bit more with 225, if not more.
Okay.
And then we are going a little bit further. Our two locations are about 250, and then our third one's going to be 275 plus.
That's great.
So, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
great.
we're
Because
really
when I
excited.
say that, because when I had Eric on the first time, he mentioned that about 200 yards, and I said, "Well, why is that?" And he says, "Well, the average drive, is about 200 yards or something." And I said, "Okay, well, that kind of makes sense."
Well, it does because, and again, they did a really good job, and all these other companies have done good jobs IT wise. When you play that game, you hit that ball, and even if you drive it 300 yards, if you're one of those guys that can do that, the game's going to tell you that. It will continue to you'll see that flow on the screen,
Right.
whether or not it hits the net or not. In the back trench areas, they call it, but you'll be able to still have that great experience. You'll know exactly how far you hit that ball.
Yeah, and that's obviously very important. With golf right now is booming, as you know. Every golf course around here, and I'm sure most of the country is full. Their tee sheets are full. People are having the time to play. Golf sales are like through the roof. It's unbelievable. But when things get back to more normal, hopefully very soon, I suspect that rounds are going to go down. Golf equipment sales are going to go down. Do you think that's going to affect you guys at all?
No, it won't. Again, because we our demographics, everybody. Unfortunately, it will affect the club guys that are out there at the country club because now they actually have to go to work. I guess you would say,
Right, right.
working from home, you've been doing right.
Yeah.
No, it should not have any kind of impact on us except for we'll be a little bit more popular. We're predicting to be even more popular because people don't have the hours once we go back to normal to play a whole round of golf. So if they want to get a couple swings in, they're going to come see us and be entertained at the same time.
Right.
We're very fortunate for that.
Yeah. What are your hours of operation, Scott?
The easiest way to say it is we open at 11, go till 10 Monday through Thursday, and then we're open from 10 to 1 o'clock on Friday and Saturdays.
Okay. You have some people that are very, very, I shouldn't say fixated, but very experienced in the food business. Are you guys going to have like a signature dish?
Yeah, we're working on that. We constantly do work on that. One of our signature dishes, our number one seller right now, believe it or not, is a boneless, what you call a boneless wing, where we have fresh. Everything's on our thing is fresh, and we just we go by weight, not pieces. So our number one seller is a 12-ounce boneless chicken. And it just sells with our signature sauce, which is fantastic.
Wow.
And then we also have a great pizza that is, our dough is done by a gentleman called Doughboy, who has done a phenomenal job for us. And that is also our number one seller, too.
When you
and it's a
open
great
up,
deal.
I'm sorry, when you open up in Baton Rouge, are you going to have dishes that are kind of central to that area?
Yeah, we'll do flavor, what we call
Yeah.
LTOs, limited time offers, those kind of things. But we'll stick to our core. And then of course, if it's gumbo day, we might do a gumbo or something like
Ooh,
that.
yum,
But
yum.
stick to our core. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds great. All right, I'm going to put you on the spot. I'm going to look for my invitation to Baton Rouge when you guys open. I would love to go and be there and help you guys out. I'm happy to hear that you're considering coming out our way, so to speak.
Oh yeah.
And I wish you nothing but the best of luck. And again, for all of our viewers all around, if you're interested, go to their website and they have a chance for you to invest, to be a shareholder. And well, let me ask you before I let you go, as a shareholder, do you get some perks with it?
You might. I think it's up to the shareholder. Yes, you do. You get to come play some golf. That's for sure. We've got some other things that we do for certain individuals that give certain amounts.
Well,
we have
yeah.
memberships. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So if I show up in Tulsa and I'm checking in, I go, hey, look, I'm a very close personal friend of Scott McCurry. What's my price?
They're gonna kick you out.
They're gonna. That's what I'm gonna go. Oh, they're gonna throw my ass out of the place. But anyway. Scott,
don't say my name.
Scott, thank you so much for coming on and taking the time. We wish you the best of luck. We'd like to have some of you guys back on the show sooner than later.
Absolutely.
And we will look forward to it and just keep track of what you're doing.
I appreciate the time, Dennis. Thank you very much.
Oh,
We'll see you
pleasure.
back.
My pleasure, and stay well. I appreciate it. All right, that's going to wrap it up for this edition of the 19th Hole podcast for golfers. I've been your host, Dennis Silvers, and want to thank Scott for all of his time and our great sponsors. And we're going to be looking for you next week, same time, same place. Get a chance, get out and play some golf. So we'll see you all then. So long, everybody.
One of the buzzwords happening in golf is the word lag. You hear it all the time, but what is it, and how do I get it? Lag simply is the loading of the club to help produce tons of power in your golf swing. Up until now, getting lag into your swing has been very hard. Introducing the Lag Shot, a brand new proven training aid being praised by some of the leading PGA Tour instructors across the globe. This practice aid trains your hands, arms and body how to make a powerful, efficient golf swing with an amazing amount of lag. Lag Shot is a 7-iron length club with the same loft and lie with a whippy, flexible blue shaft and a beautiful jet black club head. After you master the Lag Shot, your game will change forever with a stress-free swing, more power and more distance with lower scores every time you play. Go to lagshotgolf.com and you'll see why this truly is becoming the #1 training aid in golf. Visit lagshotgolf.com.
Innovation begins at a single point. Elements, each with their unique character. Fire-forged steel creates unprecedented control. Chemistry delivers a touch so soft, combined to create a level of performance previously unimagined. Like magic, the Elixir, the new tour ball from Encore.